bring that ass back like a boom, 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 boom.
Okay, here we are. Today is Saturday. I've got a Miguron in my hand.
Bring that ass back like a boom, bring that ass back like a boom, 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 boom.
I love Miguron. I've loved every knife that I've gotten in my hand. 805 WH. 805 WH. We've got the Takeog here, folks. 14C28N. Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with 14C. It's out of the package. It's right here. Okay, so I've had one of these in here before. I like it. These are what I like about Jesus. I used to like that flip, but now I'm thinking otherwise. Okay, so these knives are chunky. They've got a good, solid. This knife right here is probably the most solid knife. Now centering could be a little bit better. There you go. It's got like a top front flip. You can drag your thumb across it like that. You can reach your finger over like, Jesus, that's twice. Now, this has like a faux Scandi grind. They make you think, ooh, this edge starts back here. Back here. But no, it's got its own edge and this hollow Scandi grind look. Okay, so this would be a straight back knife. I've got mixed feelings on straight back knives. For use, wow, the action. One thumb stud on the one side, but it looks like it's reversible. Interesting. That's a nice billet thumb stud too. I'm telling you, man, these knives, that action. What a knife. Man, I love Miguron. Miguron. I think that's the only two ways I say it. You got to be careful with that top flip. Now that top flip can be, if you don't have a good pinch grip on here, this knife's flying out of your hands. I just proved that twice already on this video. So you get a good grip on your knife. Be safe, folks, because you know, knife life is tough. Knife life is, you know, you never know when you're going to get a knife that's going to fly out of your hand and stick in your foot. You know, it's kind of like life. Life is tough. It's tough out there, man. You know, so you got to be careful when you're opening your knife. There shouldn't be any kids watching this video. I don't select that filter because this is for adults. This is Adult Swim. You ever go swimming when you're a kid at the public school? Public pool? You ever go to the public pool? Yeah. You know, public pool, you learn a lot at the public pool when you're a kid. You know, these kids now today, they don't have public pools. You know, I learned to chase girls at the public pool. I had probably my first fist fight at a public pool. You know, I was probably about 12 years old. All right. This is back in the day when public pool on a Saturday was a family event. You know, I had so I'm 12, my brother and sister are like 5. They're twins. You know, and they're with my dad and my mom across the other side, and they've got a towel over on the other side. And then I'm over playing in like a little grassy area, big grassy area actually, with all my buddies. And of course you got that one kid that's kind of like a bully. Yeah, we had it. I had it that day. So I'm over there playing with my friends, and of course the bully's there. And you know, and the bully decided to flare up a little bit. And he took our shoes, and he was throwing our shoes over the fence. Now, this was a tall fence around a pool, you know, and it even had barbed wire at the top. Kind of strange. Felt like a war zone, but, you know, it could be sometimes. The public pool could be a war zone. That's why the barbed wire was there, maybe. Well, so I'm over there, and this bully's throwing my shoes over the fence. My dad's watching from across the side of the pool. Yeah, he's not happy with what he's seeing. First off, he's not happy this kid's bullying all the other kids and me. But what he's really not happy is how I handled it. He wasn't happy with the fact that I let the bully throw my shoes over the fence without throwing down. So I'm like kind of like nervous, not about my dad yet, but I look across the pool and there's my dad. My dad's red in the face and he gives it one of these. I knew what that meant. Get my ass across the other side of the pool. Go talk to my dad because he's not happy, obviously, because he did the jerk of the hand. You know, he snapped too. I'm probably 100 yards away and he snapped. Like I'm going to hear that snap. I felt it. The reverberations of your father's snap. Yeah. So next thing you know, I'm walking across the pool. Now I got my tail between my legs and I'm not wanting to go over there because I know my dad's pissed because I'm not fighting the bully. Now my dad was, you know, it's an undefined situation between my father and I. Yeah, you know, he's a complicated man. I'll leave it at that. Now, I'm going across the pool. I get there. And my dad looks at me and says, now this is no lie, folks. My dad looks at me and he says,
you either take that kid outside and you fight him, or when we get home you fight me.
Now, you're saying to yourself, this big Indiana burly guy, you know, was living in West Virginia at the time. You know, that his dad must have been a hard ass. No, my dad wasn't a hard ass. Now, he was a hard ass. Now, he did it with looks, gestures, mannerisms. He never laid his hands on me, other than maybe spank me or something, you know, or, I mean, I got the belt before, but it was, you know, it was nothing. I can only really remember, like, maybe twice I took a good butt whipping. You know, not anything violent. I put my dad on 1 to 10 execution of discipline. On a 1 to 10, 10 being severe, my dad was like a 2, maybe a 3. Now, his mannerisms and his gestures, he was a 9. Yeah, when he went like that, I went, what are you doing? Talking through his teeth like this? Get over here. What are you doing? Sit down. Yeah, that was a 9, maybe a 10 sometimes. And I was scared. Yeah, and he never even had to lay a hand on me. He had me scared. And it was a necessary evil. It was something that needed to happen, you know? But he gave it a get over here. If you don't take him outside, me and you are going outside. So my dad's never, you know, he didn't put the boxing gloves on me. He's never smacked me around. He's never done anything like that. But man, I felt that as though if I left that pool without fighting that bully, it was going to be a long night with me and my dad. So I have one of two things to do now. You know, you're 12 years old, man. That's a tough barrel to look down. You know, you're looking down the barrel of your dad's gun, and then you got to look back at this bully, you know, and thank God the bully wasn't a total maniac, but he wasn't, you know, he was a bully. So I gotta turn around. I gotta walk back over. Now everybody's like, your dad called you over. What'd he say? And I'm like, So now I got the bully over in my face, and he's like, his daddy wants you to go get your shoes. The Andrew Dice Clay voice. Does daddy want you to go get your shoes? Yeah. Shoves me. We're inside the pool area. That's not, you don't do that, because if you get kicked out of the pool, you can't go back and go swimming for a week or so. Nobody messed with that. No, so you don't fight in the pool grounds. You got to go outside and fight. Yeah, I told you, man. Where I grew up, it was the Thunderdome. I'm telling you right now, my parents are on the other side of the pool telling me to go fight. Or I got to fight them. This ain't no lie, kids. Folks. This ain't no lie. This is life. So he pushes me again. Now I look over at my dad. Now my dad's gesturing like he's some kind of mime over on the other side of the thing doing a dance. He's doing the... I know what that means. Shoot. Now I've got 5-6 friends around me. The bully was friends too, and I'm calling him the bully. He wasn't really a bully. He just, this kid, he'd get fired up and want to fight all the time, and he'd want to push people's buttons. But we all liked him too, so whatever. Now I gotta okay, man, let's do this. And he looked at me and went, "What?" And I saw it. It was that moment. It was that moment of enlightenment. And I'm like, what did I just see? Because I don't know. It's my first time in this situation. And I go, what did I just see? I saw a glimmering light of hope. I saw it. And I was like, I got confidence. That light gave me confidence. And it gave me power. It gave me strength. I saw a glimmer of light. I saw a glimmer in that bully's eyes. And he was like, taken back. He was like,
whoa, I've gone in too far. I've stepped too far into this pile of poop. Now I got a shovel.
That's what he said. And I saw it. And there was not one word spoken. It was all between our eyes. A little hesitation. It was like playing poker. We were playing poker. I called his bluff. He's standing with bad cards. I go, let's go now. Let's go outside. He's hesitating. I feel the confidence growing. I feel power building. I'm still scared. Scared shitless. I've probably been in a fight before, but I think this is my first real fight. My first real fight. This was like a crowd. My friends, the bully, my dad, my mom, my brother, my sister. The whole town was at the pool. We walk outside. We go by the bicycle rack. Yeah, there used to be bicycle racks everywhere. Folks, big chunks of metal that you push the front wheel of your bicycle into, and it would just stand there, and then you could lock it to the big chunk of metal. Yeah, they don't really have those unless you go like downtown in the city. They had them everywhere. This was just a small town I lived in. It's not terribly small, but it's small. We go out by the bicycle rack. We're standing in the grass by the bicycle rack. And he shoves me again. Because you know what? This was a bully. He knew what he was there for. Now, he wasn't happy he was there for this now, because he now has a game component. I was game. And I was an opponent. A component to a bigger picture. Yeah. This was burgeoning new ground. Burgeoning ground. Why am I using burgeoning? Whatever. This was new grounds. For me, Dick Ritchie. He shoves me again. I look over at my dad. My dad gives the universal signal for And that signal can be a lot of things, folks. But what it meant to me was either punch the kid or get punched by your dad. Yeah. And I was not an abused kid whatsoever. My dad was definitely, he was the furthest from that. Like I said, he was probably a 2 out of 10 when it came to home punishment, when it came to corporal punishment. He was definitely not the guy that was, when he raised a hand, I didn't go like that. No, it wasn't that situation. He was just a very firm dude. He could be an intimidating fella. How about that? All right, so now I'm by the bike rack. I look over. He gives the... I'm emotional. I'm a 12-year-old emotional kid. I'm not crying emotional. But I'm feeling all the senses of life. I'm feeling this is what it all comes down to. Crack! I hit the kid. I hit him hard. I hit him in the face, and he goes back about 3-4 steps into the road. We were in the grass by the bike rack, and he's in the road now. And he's now looking down at his hand, looking for blood, because he just reached up by his eye where I punched him in the face. And he's looking, what's going on? I just got smacked in the face really hard by this kid. And this kid's not tough. I've never seen him fight. I was pushing him around a minute ago, throwing his shoes over the fence, watching his daddy yell at him, and next thing you know, this kid smacks me in the face with his fist, and I'm in the middle of the road. What do? Now he's coming at me. I'm going at him. I'm like a shadow wolf. That's it. I'm a bear. I think I made up shadow wolf. There's a species of wolf out there now called the shadow wolf. And I was a shadow wolf because I was hiding in the shadows. I was just this little dumbass kid. I was nothing. I was nobody. I'm still nothing and nobody. But man, that day I was big. I was bad. I was strong. I was powerful. I was on top of the world. Now I'm going after this kid after I just punched him in the face, and I'm going for more. And all I can get in is a smack. I smack him. I Nate Diaz, this son of a bitch. I Nate Diaz'd him good. He goes back another 2-3 steps, and next thing you know, he's running home. 5 minutes ago, I was nobody. I was nothing. I was just a kid. Now I'm a man. A man. I'm standing in the road. I'm looking down. I'm looking at my hands. I hear cheers. I hear applause. The whole pool watched me stand up to a bully. My family saw me stand up to a bully. My dad, my little brother and sister, they were 5. I was 12. I'm 7 years older than them. My dad, my mother, my dad was so proud. May have been the only time or the biggest time he was ever the most proud of me. Yeah, now I'm in West Virginia and I'm fist fighting at the pool and the whole town's watching me. How's that happen? I mean, that's like going from, I don't know, elementary school football to the NFL in one day. And there I am, sending a bully, going home crying. Yeah. I mean, I was a hero that day. People saw what I did. Other kids saw. They knew what was going down. My dad, for the first time, was like, hey, just maybe my kid's not going to be a sissy his whole life. Because I could be kind of soft. You know what I mean? Like I said, I grew up in beach states. Just chilling up until I was 10 or 11. Next thing you know, I'm thrown to the shadow wolves of West Virginia. I was a shadow wolf, though. I was a young Sigma male is what I was. Google that. I don't know how I got where I got, but I got there. And you got a little taste of the early me when I was 12 years old at the public swimming pool in West Virginia. Yeah, the good old days. Fun Dip. Remember Fun Dip? Yeah, that was a big thing at the pool.